3, 2, 1. This is the Phantom of Many Topics. Today is Tuesday, January 14th. We are at the Nazi Documentation Center in Nuremberg. You can see there is the unfinished Congress Hall that the Nazis were building until 1939. The main center is closed, but then there is this interim center where we get to visit, and we'll see. So for a reduced rate, we get this mini museum. I wouldn't even call it a museum, for €6, which is about $6.50 US. And we get to see a few posters and placards. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay. But not really worth it. Yeah. So you just get a little bit of history. Not, well, at least that one. That's what Zeppelin Field looks like. It's about 2 kilometers from here. It is below zero today, so I'm not going to walk 2 kilometers out in below zero temperature to go get there. So that's the model of the unbuilt Congressional Hall. Okay. I might attach a video onto my own video so that you can see what the documentation center looked like when it wasn't being remodeled. And the remodeling will be completed in a year. Right now, this little exhibit is all we get for €6. I think the normal price was like €13 or something. Would have much rather have that. We are going to go to the Nuremberg Palace of Justice, where the Allied had their trials against Hermann Goering and his cohorts tomorrow, because it is not open today. And I guess it was back in the day called Soldiers Field, which is now called Zeppelin Field. I'm using the 10 zoom right now, and that is where the Nazi rally grounds is. I'm going to pull back for you. You can see that I am about 2 kilometers away. You have to walk around this lake. It's a nice, beautiful lake in January, but right now it is below zero. And right now the wind has died down, but earlier there was wind. And I do not want to walk out into a frozen tundra over to the Nazi rally grounds, especially since I've already seen it on YouTube and I know what it looks like. So I ain't going out there. It would take me at least 45 minutes to walk there and walk back. Forget it. Forget it. I'm just going to go back into town to somewhere warm. Thanks for watching. Going to be bonus footage. We just left the documentation center and we're heading back to Parler, which is our Parler, which is where my hotel is. And then I might go to Old Town and go into the tourist trap and have something to eat. The Palace of Justice, where they had the Allied trial in Nuremberg, is not open today. It will be open tomorrow. So that is when I will be doing the thing. Okay. So just record for a while. Okay, just some scenery. Some scenery. Beautiful lake. Nuremberg is not quite as rich as Munich. You have all these postmodern apartment buildings center, very square, and they all look very similar. It's a different style of architecture here than in the US. Of course, it's going to be different. It's in a different country. And look to you what it looks like here. Oh, here's a church. It's a church. Big church. So this is in town. All these apartments are expensive too. Okay, I'm gonna stop the video here. Okay, so this is where I had lunch. It is a famous restaurant. It opened up in the 1500s during the Allied bombing, destroyed and rebuilt in 1947, and I'm showing you the menu inside. This is a famous restaurant that's been in business since 1498. Holy cow. And we'll take a look and see what kind of food choices they have. They got a special for Tuesday: pork steak in onion sauce. I'll just film this so you can see. You're definitely going to have a salad for sure. Might have the pork steak and salad sauce. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want to film other people, but the decor is very old. This is a very old, or actually the original building is very old. Of course, this is the reconstructed building built in the 1960s. But this is or 1950s. This is a restaurant that has been in business since the late, what did I say, 1400s, whatever it was I showed you earlier on that menu. So they've been in business a long time. Okay, this is very nice. That turns out to be a meatball soup. Okay, whatever. Okay, and here's a classic German meal of marinated beef, potato dumplings, red cabbage. Yum yum. Anything tastes good in the afternoon. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Phantom on many topics. It is January. We are in Nuremburg, Germany, and this is a very famous church called the St. Sibylius Church. It was started around the 13th century, in the middle of the 1200s, and completed about 100 years later. And then there was sections added on to it. However, most of this church was destroyed during World War II, and was subsequently rebuilt since. So you are not actually seeing the entire original, although some of the blocks are original, some of them are not. You can tell, for example, that the brighter color stones are more recent, and the darker color stones are older. Okay, so we will be going inside soon. Thank you. incredibly large church. Not as big as Westminster, which I was in a few years ago. Ornate. The eternal flame. Okay, we're at the Albrecht Dürer Platz. Albrecht Dürer is a famous artist of Nuremberg, kind of like their Leonardo da Vinci. Albrecht Dürer, and that is his statue. This is on full zoom. Okay, we're at the Albrecht Dürer Museum, and over here is where you put your bags, which I did put one of my bags in there. Let's take a look at the big portrait of him first. Okay, that is Albrecht Dürer, and he lived in the 1500s. This is his artwork signature here. That's his signature, 1500s, and that is him, and that is him. And then we shall see more representations of him. This is his home. That was his self-portrait, very famous, 1500. He was said, is it exactly 1500 or sometime around 1500? Who knows? But he was 29 years old at the time. And then we are in his museum. These are his different artworks throughout many different museums in Germany, including Munich, where I was before. And this is his hometown of Nuremberg. And this is a model of what his house looked like back in the day. I don't see an entrance. Maybe it's on the other side. There it is. That is the entrance to his house on the side. Okay, so we'll see you upstairs. Okay, we are in the Albrecht Dürer Museum. Albrecht Dürer Museum. This is perhaps his most famous painting. His mom. His mom. This is a portrait of his father, Albrecht Dürer's father. Four horsemen of the apocalypse. Right here. It's the fourth horseman of the apocalypse. We are in the dining room of Albrecht Dürer. Albrecht Dürer. And let's look at some of the... Okay. This is talking about after Napoleon's time, how Germany started to get together as a nation state. In 1871, the Germans invaded Paris, and the Albrecht Dürer house was celebrated as one of the awesome museum sites in Nuremberg. And 1871 was when the German Empire was formed, and Kaiser Wilhelm I was declared the Kaiser at the Versailles Palace in France, of all places. And then here is 1928, a picture of the square. Okay. And then in 1971, this was formally turned into a national museum. And that is Albert right there. And then here is his statue of Albert, famous man, famous artist, son of Nuremberg, pride of Nuremberg. Okay, and then this talks about his house. Okay, then over there is the thing made of jade, and then over here is another room, and here we have something exciting. This is the printing room where Albert created his artwork, but he was one of the first people in Nuremberg to have a printer. Okay, and so you would just put the the lithography onto the wooden thing and do the machine, and it would create these artworks which you can sell to patrons. And look at how detailed they are. That is detailed. That is detailed. Oh, this window is not opaque. The sun is coming in. That's nice. We're still below zero outside. And this here is some more examples. And that is his carving work there. And this is an example of one of those lithographies. Oh, you can see a handsome shadow in the reflection, but we won't do that today. Okay, so this was some of the examples. And then over here, we have something very special. Okay. Ouch! I just bumped my head. Just bumped my head against that, because that was the short room. Ouch, ouch. But this is the special one. Her name is the Mona Lisa, and she was painted by Leonardo da Vinci back around 1503. Although we don't actually know if he painted it or not. It may have been one of his students. The Mona Lisa is perhaps his mother, but we're not sure. Earlier, I think it was around 1909, maybe earlier than that, it was stolen from the Louvre and then recovered 2 years later in Italy. There are two different rumors. The first rumor is that the painting that was recovered is actually a double and not the real one, and the real one is still out there in the wild. The other rumor is that the Louvre currently shows a painting of the Mona Lisa that is not actually the one, because the real one's in the vault and too valuable to be displayed. The ones that all the tourists gather around to see is actually a double. So that is the other rumor. Okay, thank you. So here is some more room where he shows you how to do it. I think in the summertime they do a, this is a modern one, of course. This one's too new, but gives you an idea of how it was done. Then you have these here. So these are very high quality pieces of lithography. Oh, and that's that jade cabinet thing again, a different one. And then here's, this looks original. Here's one. So you just run your machine over it, put some ink on it, and you get a printout. And then this is, are these salts? Doesn't say in English. These are various tools that they use to create the paints. And here's some more. And then Here's an example of some of his artwork as well. Okay, and then you had different colors of paints along here and along here and along here. Okay, so we'll join you in the other room. This time I'm going to watch my head and not get bumped. Okay, and this talks about Albert Dürer and his love for astronomy. And actually, that's more astrology than astronomy. And there you go. Okay, talks about, oh, this is Johannes Hunter. Talks about the constellations. Special shout out, of course, to David Lee Summers. David Lee Summers. Okay, and then this is the moon. Okay, there's an area inside which we are not allowed to film because of light sensitivity, and I'm just not going to even go in there then. Okay, so we'll see you back downstairs. And finally, we have the timeline of his life. He was born in 1471 and died in 1528. So, just about the time of Christopher Columbus. And this is his life story. His life story. Okay, here we go. Okay, and a quick swing around. Sorry for that quick turnaround. We'll end the video right here where we started. Thank you very much for watching this video. This was the Albert Dürer Museum in Nuremberg, Germany. It is January 2025. 3, 2, 1. Phantom of many topics. It is January. We're in Nuremberg, Germany. The Kunstbunker is the place where during World War II, when the Allied bombing raids happened, they went into the tunnels to hide. And shortly you will see a brief tour of the place. I was not here at the correct time for the tour time, but the tour guide gave me a very short tour, and I tipped him €10 for that. So you'll see it now. We're at the, what's this, Kunstbunker?
It's the Arts Bunker.
Okay.
National Socialists converted this beer cellar into an art storage facility to hide away German and Germanic art pieces.
Wow. Okay.
Hermetically locked chambers with an individual air pressure and an individual temperature here. And yeah, this is how the German crown jewels, as well as confiscated arts from the National Socialists, how they survived World War II.
Wow, these are real gas masks from, but World War II didn't really need gas masks. Right?
Yeah, but the households were obliged to have one.
Anyways, okay.
Also for the children.
Because Churchill said that if he was going to lose, that he would use gas if England was about to lose. So,
yeah.
So
this is a network of all our rock cellars here.
Okay.
Of our beer rock cellars here.
Okay.
They were also used as aerators by National Socialists in order to save 50,000 additional lives during World War II.
Okay. Wow.
There were also bunkers here around. However, the bunkers did not serve. They served only for 5% of the population, and they were built as soon as it was clear. You mentioned Churchill. Yeah. That when the Battle of Britain wasn't won, and that an answer would come from the Royal Air Force, there were bunkers built, and afterwards the Nuremberg government decided on using all the beer rock cellars we have here in Nuremberg, in the northern Old Town, which is for soccer fields actually. It's 25,000 square meters, 25,000 square feet.
Yeah, I went to the documentation center, but it was closed. They only had a small section open. This is the Congress Hall, right?
This is the Congress Hall.
Okay, I recognize the architecture here.
Because Nuremberg was destroyed by more than 90% during World War II.
Yes.
And it was reconstructed afterwards. There was an architects competition. This is at the Congress Hall, the exhibition where they were discussing about how to rebuild German cities out of the rubble.
Wow.
And Nuremberg was restored according to the so-called moderate reconstruction approach. So it's a seemingly old city with the old city map. and the old scale of the old houses.
Rebuilt, completely rebuilt.
Yeah,
wow.
but a couple of are still original. The house of Albrecht Dürer is still original.
Okay.
As well as the Fembo house, which is here on the picture here.
How about the what's it called? The Saint Sibyl Church is.
The roof came down, but the interior
is real.
The grave of St. Sebaldus is original. However, the organ is not, and the artworks, lots of the artworks were destroyed, but partly survived when the roof came down.
Wow!
So it was bombed, but it was reconstructed according to the original.
Okay.
The house here on the picture you can see on the top right-hand side is also original.
Oh, okay.
But the houses,
here. This one.
Yeah, but the houses to the left, the two houses, these ones.
These ones
are rebuilt.
Rebuilt.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can
hardly tell.
Yeah, you can hardly see any difference.
The lighter stones are the newer stones then.
Correct. The ones with no hole in the center, because in medieval days you needed a hole in the center to lift them up with little cranes.
Okay.
So
wow.
for rebuilding, one of the 36 sandstone quarries was reopened. And this served well for rebuilding.
Wow, that's really amazing. Okay, one final question is that tomorrow when I go to the Palace of Justice, it will be open, right? Because it was not open today, Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday,
okay,
tomorrow
they closed, but it will be open the full. That's really why I came to Nuremberg.
Ah, cool.
I'm just passing through from Munich to Nuremberg to Leipzig and then to Berlin. So, okay, I'm going to stop the video here. Thank you for your information. Okay, just to give you an idea of the housing, which my mom asked about, 150 square meters. It's a 3-bedroom for 1.3 million euro. That's about $1.4 million US. Is that crazy or what? Here's a 64-meter apartment, 64 meters, 2-bedroom for 260,000 euro. That's about 280,000 US. Okay, and this one here is a house, 6 rooms for just over $1 million euro. These are crazy prices. Okay, we're back at the hotel room. So tomorrow, hopefully we'll go see the Hall of Justice or the Palace of Justice. That's the place where the Nuremberg trials took place after World War II, when Hermann Goering and his gang were found guilty. And then some of them were hanged. Some of them were given life sentence. Some of them were given a few years. And 3 of them were just found completely innocent and released. So we'll see that tomorrow. And then we'll probably see the lower half of the old town, which is the St. Lawrence Church, which we did not see today. Okay, I came back early because I wanted to be back in the hotel before sunset. It gets cold at night. Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching.